If you want an answer whether to read these books, are they worth it? Yes, they are. Hey guys, it's me, Male, and yes, I know it's been a while since I've done any video whatsoever, but recently I read a series of books that I thought I should share with you guys. First of all, because before reading these books, I knew nothing about them, and I researched a lot before reading a book because I'm very biased, and so I need to know other people's opinion of books before I pick anyone. So let me go get my glasses. Okay, that's better. I can see myself. Okay, so first I searched these books on Goodreads. I don't remember the rating, but most of the comments were bad. Like, they weren't really nice comments. There were a few that said like, you should read it, but just hang on, like, be patient. And I was like, I'm not patient at all. If I don't like a book within its first like 3 or 4 chapters, then I'm not gonna continue reading. I don't like wasting my time reading a book that I'm not gonna like. Instead, I will hate that book instantly. So I was really scared. I have had this series for a long time, waiting for someone to post something about it. So I never picked them up. They were always on my bookshelf, waiting to be read. Finally, I found one video on YouTube that talked about the books, and the first thing they said was like, basically, it's this girl that disguises herself as a boy and go to school. I'm sold. I don't know why, but I like that trope so much. So this series of books is The Burning Sky by Sherry Thomas. The second in the series is The Perilous Sea, and the third and final book is Immortal Heights. So I am going to be talking about these 3 books today, just in case any of you out there are searching for an opinion on whether you have or can or will or want to read these books. And I'm telling you, yes, you should read these books. They're so good. They're so good. I wasn't expecting this at all. I'm telling you, these books have been like this in my bookshelf for at least maybe 2 or 3 years. And it never crossed my mind to read them. It was like decor. I have some books that I know I won't read ever. Like maybe these Broken Stars. I don't think I'm gonna pick those books up ever. But I finally picked this up. And let me tell you, I was so not disappointed. They're so good. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about them. So I'm gonna be talking mostly about the first book. I'm gonna try to make this not spoilery, but then at the end I'm going to discuss a little bit more about them, all the trilogy, so then there will be spoilers. But for now, let's talk about the summary. This book is about Iolanthe. I don't know how to say her name. I haven't ever. Nobody knows, I think. I would call her Iolanthe, but I'll call her Fairfax. It's just easier, and everyone calls her Fairfax. But this girl, Iolanthe Seaburn, it's an elemental mage. That means that she can work with the elements. Water, earth, and fire. She doesn't have control over air, and one day she realizes that she has control over lightning, and she brings down a lightning bolt. And that's when everyone starts appearing at her household. First of all, there's a prince, the prince of the mage realm, whose name is Titus. Yes, Titus, His Majesty. He appears in Iolanthe's house, and he claims that he's there to protect her. She doesn't know what, she doesn't know why on earth the king of the realm is talking to her, and it's all really weird. Then chaos falls. Everyone is after her just because of the lightning bolt, and she doesn't know what to do. She has this like guardian because she doesn't have parents. There's this Master Haywood who raised her, and it's basically her dad. So this Master Haywood hasn't been a good father lately because I think he started doing drugs. I don't remember well, okay? It was a few weeks that I read this book. But basically, Iolanthe does everything, and she is trying for Master Haywood to not lose his job as a professor, and he's close to. That's why she brings down the lightning bolt. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you anything else about that. But basically, this lady appears. She's called the Inquisitor, and she wants to take Iolanthe. But Titus asks Iolanthe to hide, and he will find her. So he gives her half of his necklace, and that way he will find her later. And then she goes inside a trunk, I think, and she disappears. She appears somewhere else, but then she realizes that the trunk won't open. So we pick up from that until Titus finds her, and he has to hide her. He will explain everything that's going on to her, why people is looking for her, why the Bane wants her. The Bane is our main bad guy in these books. In the first book is the Inquisitor, and then the main evil guy is the Bane. So we see how Titus hides Iolanthe in school with him under the disguise of a boy named Fairfax, and basically for the first book they just go to school, they train. Titus tries to teach Iolanthe how to use air because she has never worked with air. She thinks she can't wield air, but he will help her. They eventually fall in love because, I mean, what's a book without a love story? And I know they are making more books now without a love story, but I really like this one. They go from like a hate to love relationship, and it's really fun, and they're not together all the time, and it's not a sappy, very cheesy love story. No, it's just a necessary amount of love. I think it's perfect. I think in all these books were amazing. I wasn't expecting that at all. I read them really fast. I really like the trope of people hiding in plain sight, pretending to be someone else. So in this book, Iolanthe pretending to be a boy, Fairfax in a school full of boys and nobody recognizing her. That's just my thing. I love it. So it was really fun. Now that's it for the non-spoilery part. If you want an answer whether to read these books, are they worth it? Yes, they are. You have to read these books. They are really nice. They are really fast-paced. They have different point of view chapters. We go from Iolanthe to Titus and so forth. And we meet a lot of characters. The first book is all in school. Then the second book changes a little bit the setting. We have two settings. We have the school and the desert. You just have to read them. You just go pick it up, and if you don't like that kind of trope, like teenagers going to school, fighting evil, I mean, that is kind of surreal for me. I don't really like the fact of teenagers fighting adults and winning, because it's not that fathomable. I can't. But I mean, they do. It's really fun. Happy ending. It's really, really cool. We also have fate and destiny playing in, like we have prophecies. Just give them a chance. The series is done. It's just those 3 books. They are good. The characters are likable. They show you both sides to them, like the nice side, the bad side. I really felt that it was very important to make a video in which I tell you to go read these books, because a video like this would have helped me so much so long ago. I would have had these books under my wing for so many times. Let me see. This one came out in 2015. So yeah, it's been at least 2 years that I've had it on my shelf. So yeah, I'm so happy I read them. Like, please go read them. If you don't like them, then at least give them a chance. Maybe I thought that by being a 21-year-old reading a book about 16 years old saving the world and killing the bad guy was gonna be stupid now, but I really like it. I really like that the first book is just following the story in school, and it's nice to see that part of him hiding that he's a girl, and Titus hiding that he's a king and that they can do magic, and it's so good. Just go read them. Go do it now. Okay, so go do that. If you have read these books and you want to hear my opinion of the ending of the series, then stay. I loved the ending. I was expecting from the very beginning of the book for Titus to die. Like, it was prophesized and it had to happen one way or another. And I was thinking, like, when he died, I was like, why don't you do CPR? His heart stopped. It's not that hard, but they are mages. They don't know about CPR. But then, West, who is a non-mage, is like, Frankenstein the hell out of him. And then they bring down a lightning bolt and then wake him up with electricity. It was beautiful. That was beautiful. I really loved that part because I was scared. I didn't know what they were gonna do to stop Titus from dying, but they did, and it was a really clever thing to do. I loved the scene in which they fight Bane in the crypt. I really enjoyed how he was strong enough to fight like 5 people at the same time, and I really liked how Titus's dad came forward in the exact moment. I know it was stupid, like it was very convenient for Titus's dad to wake up when Titus was being tortured and help them, but he did, and I actually liked it very much. I like that Titus had that moment with his dad. I always wondered who he was and if they were going to address him, and they address him for a very small portion of the books, but still they do, and he appears and he hugs Titus, and that explains why his mom told him that not everything was lost, I think, before she died. So that explains everything. It came full circle. I really like that part. Also, something that I love about this book is the idea of the crucible, the book Titus has, in which they just put their hand and they go in the book and they can fight in different stories, fight different characters, ride wolverines, well, those dragons they have, and meet people like Sleeping Beauty and so others from different stories. I really like the idea of the crucible, and then when they started using it as a portal, I was sold. Like, I love the idea of the crucible. Like, half of the story happens inside another book. It's really nice. I'm so happy I read this book. Like, I wasn't gonna pick them up. I really thought they were going to stay in my bookshelf forever, but I am so happy I picked them up. And I think that's all I'm gonna say. And I think that's it, guys. I went a little too far with this. I was gonna make a really short video about this, but I just wanted you to understand that they're worth reading. They're really good books. The characters are really nice, although I don't know how to pronounce her name. Iolanthe. I hope that's her name. I mean, please someone tell me how to pronounce her name. But well, I hope you liked this video, guys. I'm so sorry I've been absent for so long. I will try to make more videos now, and I will try to do my best to upload them too. I thank you for subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, watching my videos. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. And I will see you next time with a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Don't touch it. I'm sorry, my cat is playing with my tripod. I'm so sorry. Hi. This is my new cat, just in case you were wondering.